Hey guys, it's Jules. I have a Wild Orchid Crafts project to share with you guys. We were given a monthly challenge for the month of November. We don't do them every month. We have them every now and again, and which I think is really cool. It doesn't put any pressure on us to create something, specific and detailed or anything. What I really like about Natasha and Wild Orchid Crafts and stuff is they are very liberal and let us pretty much do whatever we want to do as far as creative wise. We can make any kind of project that we want to, and I really appreciate that they let us be so liberal with that. And then just to kind of spice things up a little bit, she'll give us certain things that we can do, just certain ideas. She sends us stuff that she pays out of her own pocket to send us so that we can, make something. Like this month of November, she sent us some Sizzix die cuts of a checkbook cover, and it came with the actual book covers, and it came with a spine and some latches, and so yeah, I think that was pretty nice of her to do that. It takes kind of a lot of time to do something like that, and I really appreciate all the work that she does. So Natasha, thank you so much. I know that I can speak for all of us on the design team. I really appreciate it. And just Paul and Siri for everything that you guys do. You guys are extremely giving and just so sweet, and really appreciate everything, really. So the project that we were just given the Sizzix die cuts, and we were told, go and create. So we did. She said, you guys can make whatever you want, anything that you want. Just, and somehow just make whatever you want out of these die cuts. So that was this month's challenge. So we have a checkbook cover, and what I did is I just turned it into a little calendar booklet, because she also sent us these cool a PDF file of the months of the year for 2012. So I thought that was really sweet. So she sent us that, and so they came with these two pieces here, the cover. It came with two borders. I don't know if you can see that there. See that? And it came with the spine, which I covered and forgot about, and I didn't even use it. So that was kind of weird that I did that. And then a couple of different latches, however we wanted to use it. But these are the only things that I didn't use, because as you can see, it's not going to close. I tend to make things a little chunky. So I'm going to show you the entire project, and then I'll just kind of run through the actual products, and then if you're interested in any of them, you can jot down the numbers as I share it, like right now on the video, or you can go to my blog, and the link to this post for this project is below, and then you can see in the post I'll have a list and links of the projects or products that you can head over straight to the website. It'll take you right directly to it, so you don't have to punch in any numbers or anything. So that, which is really nice. So what I did is I decorated my cover to stand vertically, but the actual project of the calendar booklet is horizontal. So I covered it using Webster's Pages Life's Portrait, and I used two different kinds of paper. This one here, this pink one here, has the checkers on one side, and then it's a floral on the back, and then the other side is the other paper was this black polka dotted one, or white polka dotted one, and the other side was all those little pretty little frames and bird cages and stuff. So it was really pretty. So I used some seam binding just to create like a belt on the side, and I used one of those beautiful bling buckles that they have. They have the circle ones, and they have some square ones. And I think I shared it in one of my other design team videos. But here is the circle ones, and then there's the little square ones. So I'll share the numbers with you in a second. So I have this stamp, and I ended up stamping this on some white cardstock using vintage photo to edge it, and my fingernails and my distresser to kind of give that old look. Using one of the appliques there from Wild Orchid Crafts, I used some Lindsay Stamp Gang to change the color. So it was dark white, and I changed it to brown, and I really like how that looks. Nice and crisp, and you can see the paper through it, so that's really pretty. I like that. Use one of the new to me, new flowers, the chrysanthemums, which I like. 2 different roses here, and one of the aster daisies there. Or is that the other one? Gypsophilus. No, aster daisies. And then little rosebuds back there, little red one. Some pearls. And I distressed and inked the edges so it has that dingy look, vintage look to it. So the seam binding comes down here, and there's one single bow, and it just has this little tail at the bottom, which I like. And then on the back side, just real quick, I just mimicked the front and took the seam binding all the way around again and just tied a knot to kind of complete it so it's not too plain. So on every month of the calendar, and I printed it off on white cardstock, and then I backed it on with some ivory cardstock and edged both of them separately. So there's an edge around the white and the edge around the ivory. And then behind it, since it's just plain cardstock, I added pockets to make I can keepsake something or something that happened that month. I can jot something important maybe, snap a photo, and I can put it, use that as a photo mat to add a photo and then journal on the tag if I want to. So there's pockets and then photo mats on some, and I just kind of changed it up every couple pages. So I used a border punch for that. And some of the Wild Orchid Crafts lace that I got in the last design tin kit, month of February, is just a plain pocket. And I created these pockets all by myself. I didn't pre-measure really much. I kind of eyeballed stuff with it. So it's easy for you guys to do. If you guys are interested in just doing it really simply, you let me know if you guys want me to do that. Use a circle punch to create a half of a open circle to, reach in there if I want to, and however. Some of the seam binding that I sprayed down with some brown, the dark chocolate truffle by Lindy's, and I just scrunched it up, heat set it, and it got wrinkled like that. The month of March, did a pocket. Here's the eyelet lace trim, and I just took it to my machine and stitched it just to make it ruffly, because I love it ruffly. It just looks way better to me ruffled. I used some of the chandelier stems here, and I kind of pulled the wire apart and untwisted the chandeliers and just kind of moved them all kind of closer and kept twisting it, making it all, nice and close, and then I just bent it together and created a flower back there. So you can do that with those chandelier stems or sprays. Real quick, I'm just going to show you what they look like if you haven't seen them. They're just tall sprays like that. And the 5 little chandelier sprays, or chandelier drops, crystal drops, come on each stem. So that's how I was able to make the 5 petals. And then a little rose to center it, because of course you can see the wire on the back side. You can use a big bling or half pearl, however you wanna. Some twine up there on the tag. I use a lot of the seam binding and then the paper on every single month here. And I try to stick with black and browns, pinks, whites, yellows for a shabby or chic kind of a look. So I did a double bow up there, kind of a photo mat I can stick there. And you can totally create, if you have like a 4x6, let me just show you one real quick. This is my son a long time ago. See, but there's something, I cut it down so that it's sized so that it would fit on here. So I can cut it down a little bit more, and I can add it like up here if I wanted to. And then add some more cardstock of the same color of what this is, and just kind of journal real quick down there. So you can fit photos there. A wallet size can also fit there if you want to. For the month of May is just a long photo mat, and I can just journal if I want to because the paper is light enough for that. Distressed all the edges of everything. Added 1 rose down there. Month of July, I edged all of the pockets that I made with the punch and distressed it with the ink on the edges, and some seam binding from Wild Orchid Crafts there. Seam binding up there, another pocket with the scallop border, a bow for this one here. And this, I just did a video sharing how I made my shaggy flowers, my shaggy raffia flowers. So that's what I did, and I just stuck it there. And of course it's very dimensional, so of course it's not going to close all the way. So it's that one and this one that doesn't let the book close really well. So I use another edge punch there. Seam binding for the tag. Another pocket, add some pearls down there, some twine up here, and this is a longer pocket, so I can journal something really quick and add maybe a photo up here if I want to. Now this one's a little tight. I made it a little tighter. I should have measured a little bit better because I wanted it to be at least the same width of the tag so that it would fit in the pockets, but I can add a photo there if I want to, or just put, or journal and then add some journaling here, or a photo here and then journal there. So here's one of my favorite laces there, and some seam binding up there. This one for December, I want it to be a little bit different, where I can add a photo and journal on the back, adding another, like some ivory cardstock, which is just like the same color as this. I can just add a small one here to journal, or journal and then photo, journal and then photo. And then I can actually photo here and just journal down here if I wanted to. I can also journal there if I want to. So I just kind of made it where it was, you know, 3 little spots to put something down if I wanted to. And then this back side I can also use for a photo if I want to. I used some of the cotton crochet lace, made a little bouquet. I love making bouquets. And then with seam binding ribbon, oh, it's just so pretty. So anyways, I made that with a couple calla lilies and some small leaves, a couple rosebuds, and this is the same flower that's in her hair up in the front here. And yeah, just brought that around. And then there's just the charm, the butterfly charm, hanging on a Making Memories garment pin. And a black, this is some of the silk ribbon. Beautiful ribbon. I mean, it's just so soft. I love playing with this one. So yeah, this is it. And just use some 3 rings. Now, it came pre-punched already, but I can't remember where the holes were, if it was on this side or that side, because I just covered it with paper on both sides, and then I ended up just repunching holes in it. So I punched holes right through the border here. So it has a little bit of dimension. So I'm gonna end up probably having this on my table, because I'll probably reach for it for certain things, like some friends' birthdays, probably just jot their name down in the little boxes and stuff. So I really like this project. It's so fun. Okay, so here's the square ones, just in case you want to see. Here's the circle ones, circle shaped. And here's the twine that I use. This is the pink twine. And this is the one that I sewed. This is the eyelet lace that I sewed. Cameo beige seam binding. The white seam binding. The black ribbon. I don't have the sticker on here because I had to change bags. So I'll have that on the link of that on my blog, okay? This is the butterflies. Love the appliques. Here's the white cotton lace, the crocheted looking one. Here's the walnut colored seam binding. Here's some of the new lace that I just got. I like this lace. It's really simple, dainty, and easy to adhere down, really. The white cotton lace here, my fave. Here's the chandelier charms that I used. I used the blue ones. I think that the white ones were out, or the clear ones were out, but that looks like it's white to me. So here's the pink and ivory, and that's the one that I used down here at the very bottom. And the small leaves, like for the bouquet in the back, this is the little leaves that I used. Is this two-tone? It does have a little bit of a red color over there. These are nice and cute and small for small little flowers and stuff. Here's the mixed roses, 15mm roses. Here's the smaller burgundy ones. I also used these two-tone copper brown roses. These cute calla lilies, that's for the bouquet in the back. And the chrysanthemums, this one here, love it. Love these. And then my the butterfly that's hanging here. And the pearls that I used. So I put one on the butterfly there. And this one, here's the number to that one, 5mm pearl colored. So that's it, you guys. And again, I'll have all the links to all the products on my blog, and the link to that post is below. And there's my project. I hope you guys like it. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Jules saying out of the Jule box for Wild Orchid Crafts. Bye, you guys.